Hello. Well, I think I might have fucked that opening up, but either way, welcome to the Masters of Evil live podcast. I'm Mike, aka Strange Spaceman. I'm extremely tired, and I'm joined by the gang.
Hey, I'm Chevy Chase. AKA Journalist.
I had to look to make sure you didn't change your name to Chevy Chase. I'm Tom, as always.
I feel like it's going to be one of those shows, boys.
You sound tired, bro.
I am. I've been working. I just lost my phone.
You're so tired that your mustache fell off. You fell off.
He's so tired his phone is tired.
All right, there it is. Yeah, well, welcome to tonight's show. We don't have much tonight. I've been super busy, and we haven't really talked much since last episode. I mean, random shit that we always talk, but nothing about this show. So we don't really have much, yeah, it might go quick. I will give one quick reminder before we get into the book that, hey, we had a giveaway last week, and thank you so much for everybody who joined and everybody who won. Thank you for sending us your information. However, there is one lucky contestant that did not send their information. So if you don't send your information by the end of this show, we're going to pick another person from the Psycho Man Box of Fun.
Sucks to be you.
Sucks to be you. So you DM the Masters of Evil Instagram at the Masters of Evil and give us your address before the end of the show, or else you lose. And we'll talk about which books those are later if they lose. Okay. So this every week we randomly pick a book and we talk about it. We talk about the art. We talk about the story. We rate it. We have a good old time. This week we're talking about Space Mullet from creator Daniel Warren Johnson, writer and artist of this book. I think hopping right into it. So have you guys, prior to reading this book now, forget about when the book came out, have you guys ever heard of Daniel Warren Johnson? Do you like his stuff? Do you know anything about him?
I read Murder Falcon.
Did you like it? I've always looked at it and never actually picked it up.
I read one.
It wasn't amazing.
Okay.
It was a great concept.
Yeah. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't blown away.
Yeah, I read his Wonder Woman Dead Earth from DC's Black Label, and with it being like the only Wonder Woman thing I've read in probably the last over 5 years, probably, I enjoyed it. I thought his art was cool. It was a different take on things. It was dark. She used fucking Superman's spine as a weapon. Like, it was pretty neat. It was an Elseworld story, and really DC, all they're good for is Elseworld stories, because people will actually die and it means something because it's going to end right after that. But I liked that a lot. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I read one issue of Murder Falcon, and I feel like I don't know, like I liked the art, I digged it. On your recommendation, actually, Tom, I started Wonder Woman, and I got maybe 40 or 50 pages into it, and I put it down one night, and I haven't gotten back to it. But I loved what I saw in those first couple pages, and that's probably his most recent work. I know he does stuff with he's doing Beta Ray Bill, and then a bunch of, and then a big one is Extremity, which I've never read, but it's kind of I know a lot of people that do read it and talk about how awesome it is.
Yeah, I think I have a couple of the issues. I know I have the first one. I just haven't read it. I got it forever when there was somebody one of the shops was having a $1 book sale.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, I'll pick this up, and then just never.
Does that book go for anything? That number one for Extremity? Probably not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
But you never know. I mean, they're always turning fucking indie movies into or indie books into movies now. So
Yeah, that's true. So I guess going into the book Space Mullet, a quick background. I read the forward. I think Alan, you did too. I'm sure Tom did as well. But this is his, I guess, his first creative thing. This is the first thing he really kind of started plotting out and drawing and drawing the pages for. And then I guess he stopped, and then later on went back to it. And I didn't. To be honest, I didn't do too much research on it. I don't know when it started getting published, but it was originally a webcomic.
I think all of it was a web, and then he did a trade. I think there's actually 2 volumes to it.
It seems that way to me. Yes,
especially because the way it ends is very open ended.
Yeah,
and you don't really get a lot. I didn't like it, to be honest.
Yeah, really, I'm surprised. Like, so, yeah, I thought there was. Yeah,
it was another one of those, like, you don't really care about the characters. There was a lot of like, it almost like there was no real concept of time. It was like they were one place and then they were another place, and then like it was
very loose. Yeah, and there was no through line. There was nothing. I mean, there was nothing holding the story together. Like I felt like I understood what he was going for with it. Like, but at the end of the day, I mean, it was just there was nothing. There was just like every few pages there was new characters, and old characters were just left in the dust, and there was no resolution for any of them. And I kept hoping that one of the characters would like be unmasked and be somebody else, and I would figure it out, and none of it happened.
Well, because you get that in the very beginning where he's sent to do the thing at the casino, and then like his old buddy shows up, and then like they fight with the goblins or whatever. Or that goblin guy, the space goblin, which I thought the space goblin was probably like the coolest thing out of the whole thing. I like the
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's why I picked it as our background.
And then you never see that like his buddy from the Marines ever again. Like that, and that happens pretty early on into the book.
Yeah, and the little kid that they steal that is all super powered and kills that big old space goblin dude just doesn't do anything ever again.
Never comes back. Yeah, I was expecting like the little kid kills that space goblin, and then in the next what was it the third chapter, I guess, the dude with the mask. I'm like, either this is him older, or this is the what are they, like Zarzarlarians, or the big dude that was with Jay. Al, the bigger dude, like maybe it's him all fucked up, and like I don't know, like but nothing, no, like just next story. Which I gotta say, like, if I think about this, right, if this was like I don't know how this was put out, and Alan, you might know this, but if this was put out like 3 panels at a time type, like comic strip web comic, and like every week or something you're getting like 3 or 4 panels, then I could see potentially how, like, these were like 48-page chapters. So that would be a pretty substantial amount of weeks that you're reading this, like old school comic strip. I know a lot of web comics come out like that. I don't know.
I don't know how it came out. I actually was suggested it by a guy at the local comic shop. He was like, "You like weird, sci-fi shit?" And I was like, "All right." And he's like, "You should check out Space Mullet." He's like, "It was," and I was like, I asked him, I was like, that was there. The only reason I know it was a webcomic is because I asked if there was single issues, because I'd much rather read the single issues. And he's like, "No, it was all online." And I was like, "Okay," but he's like, "There's a trade," and I was like, "All right, cool." So I got the trade, and I know, like, that was literally, I mean, I opened it for the very first time today. Well, besides going through it the other day, like I was like, I told myself, I was like, man, I don't have the kids, so I'm gonna read it throughout the week. Yeah. And then I just slept and didn't do anything and played video games. I've been staying up till like 6 o'clock in the morning every night, so I take naps during the day.
Sweet Jesus, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it took me like 40 minutes to read the whole book. Like, it was just It was not. And the whole time I just felt so fucking bored. I was like, this is so bad.
I wanted to like it because there were, and you can tell definitely that it was early on in his career when it came to the artwork in general. And because there were certain parts that were really fucking cool looking, and other parts that were just wonky as all hell.
Go ahead.
The main character, Jay is his name, right? I always forgot.
Yeah.
His mustache is like the thinnest.
No, that's his mouth, I think. That's his
mouth. He has a mustache.
Yeah, it's a mustache, and his mouth is under it. The mustache is literally just a fucking line across his face, and it.
Oh, that makes him way worse. Who has a fucking mustache? What kind of idiot has a mustache? I mean,
no idea.
I would never have a mustache.
Who the fuck has mustaches?
Really, that is a mustache. See, I thought that one underneath was like just the indent in his chin.
No.
Are you sure that's his mustache?
Yeah, check it. Ready? Look at this.
I'm looking at it right now.
That's a mustache, and below his mustache is his mouth.
No, I think below. Look at this picture. I want to show you this.
You actually have a photo that I sent?
Yeah. No, not that you sent. I'm just looking up. So it looks like the webcomic, it says it's 8 chapters, which is weird.
Look at that mustache and that mouth open. Wait.
Hold on.
I don't think he has the mustache.
Oh, is the mouth open?
Though.
There you go. It's a line. It's just a straight line mustache. It's like a really weird, like...
That's crazy.
It's like he's French or something.
Yeah, like a... What the... John Waters mustache or something.
We also hate the French.
Yeah, you're right. It is. That's definitely a mustache.
I
okay.
love John Waters. So.
Oh, God. All right. Well, that changes a lot about how I feel about this book.
Right? I hated that thing.
So before we just shit on this book, because I did, like, I enjoyed so many moments about this book. Like, I love fucking sci-fi, first of all. So, like, I love the idea of, like, this... It's not like this buddy. It felt like it was going to be some type of like buddy heist movie thing, right. You know, like these two buddies. They're going to go out on this heist. They're going to steal this thing, and then something tragic happens, which I was down for, right? And so the funny thing is, the story in the first half for me was the better story, and the art in the second half was far superior.
Yeah,
like and neither of them met. And it fucking pissed me off. But, like, you know, you get this buddy cop, or not buddy cop, but this buddy, yeah, it kind of felt like a buddy cop thing, but they were on the opposite side, like fighting the law, like going on this heist. And then all of a sudden the story just changes and it's totally different. And it has some of the same characters, but
it's aggressive roller derby all of a sudden. And I was like, what the fuck? Why?
Well, my biggest thing was like the chick that like helps him. She's like, I helped you, you know, because you're kind of cute. And it's like, okay.
Right?
That was your reason. And then she dies.
Yeah.
She dies. Yeah. And I mean, what span of time, like, you meet this guy who's kind of cute, help him and his alien friend who are dying, and then give him all the money that you've saved to help. I mean, because she was even like at the roller derby, she was kind of like, trying to tell him that she was going to give him the money.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you're trying to get out of this fucking slum ass place that you live, but then you meet this guy with this fucking thin ass mustache, and all of a sudden now you're going to give him all of your money to fix this people that you just met.
Right. No one's opinion on somebody else should change that drastically in 20 pages.
Yeah.
Like, take that to heart. Fuck, man. Like, that's not it should not happen.
Yeah, I agree. So, real quick, it looks like, and I'm like spoiling myself by just going through it. So it looks like on the website there's 8 chapters. So there's more to this, and it's clearly stuff we didn't read, and it actually looks kind of badass. But I'm not reading any of the words, So there's more to this. So that makes me feel a little bit like if this is an 8-chapter miniseries and that we only read the first 4, this could potentially be a really good book, right?
Only because the art gets better.
Well, I mean, hey, like if if they did two stories or they did two issues of one story and then two issues of this roller derby, I still can't. I don't know about the roller derby part, but like there's two issues of the second story, and then in the last four issues, it all comes together and there's an ending. Then that might change the way I feel about this book.
Well, because they all ended what we read. They all ended up together in the same ship. The roller derby girl and her guy, the weird face that helped her, they're all in that dude's ship now. So like, there's a little team built all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sure, like, and that's what it felt like. And now, like, hey, I mean, and now as I'm going through this, it's those four characters essentially, more or less, that are.
But I think if they would have stuck with the original, like trying to find the guy who was talking about the tapes, and that carried all the way on through all of the stories, like through like the four chapters. Was it 4 chapters or was it 5?
Oh, it might have been 5.
I think it may have been 5. Yeah, I mean, you literally don't hear about that at all after they attacked the fucking casino, and then it's like, okay, now it's over.
I feel good knowing that it's not over. There are more to it, and we just assumed that was all that was there. So
well, I mean, I read this on Comixology because it's just the easiest way, and that's all they had. And usually, if there's one place that has fucking everything, it's there. But like I said, I didn't have the time, so I never really looked at it. I probably would have read all of it if I realized. I should have just read it online because obviously it's free, and I'm gone again.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a website for it either, and I read it on an illegally like piratey kind of comic website, and they only had
comics online.
Yeah, it's real hard to find. They only had the first trade, and so I assumed once that was done, it's done. It says the end at the end of it, So I was like, that's it.
So the actual website is space-mullet.com, or not dash, but like a hyphen. And it's free. You can read all 8 chapters, and it gives you character bios and about the author and about why and how he came up with these ideas. There's a lot here.
We might have to finish it just to see if it gets any better.
I think so. I'm almost like hesitant to rate it now because like I feel like it wouldn't do it justice.
I mean, that's what we do. We read one volume of a book, and then
That's true.
Okay, so I'll give you that. I'll give you.
I mean, we could always, if we want, we could pick a week where we can go back and read the last 3 chapters.
Part 2.
Or that could even be like, part 2. Or
like a side video or something where we just do like a real short video of the last 3 chapters.
Yeah, follow up.
Yeah.
Like where are they now? Kind of thing.
I made it into this room to talk about getting set up like 1 minute and 30 seconds before this podcast. So I don't know if I'll have time to shoot a side video with you guys, but did
you draw the next week's book?
Oh, I didn't do that either. No, but I can do that right here. What I will say is, okay, so wait. If we're going to rate this, I agree with what you said, Alan. Like, if you put these 5 issues out as a trade, at the end of the day, you gotta want me to come back and like at the end of it,
I own like, the actual trade of the first 5 chapters.
Yeah, so like if this is what you put out, like you have to hook me by the end of those 5 chapters so that I'm like, I want to read the next trade.
Right.
And based on that, maybe we should make a rating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. I mean, do we have anything else to say about it? I mean, listen, I don't want to short sight the second half, like the art in the second half of the book was pretty fucking good. Like,
I wish I could find. I meant to take a picture. There's like a part where he's like in an alleyway, and you can see like the city in the background. And I was like, that shit looks fucking kick. I think it may have been whenever like they get like arrested in the hospital or whatever, and like they're waiting for the cops are coming, and it's like right before maybe she hits him, like hits the cop with the little fucking tank or whatever the fuck. There's like a part where he just like I mean, and I really like the almost like bluish grays and the black and white. I mean, that he played that really well off.
The coloring was cool, yeah.
The coloring was cool, and I like it because like a lot of the times too, especially in these kind of like black and white books, you get a lot of like the reds or something like that where they use that different tone. It was it was very manga-esque of him to do that. But
all right, guys, that's it.
I knew that was gonna. I didn't take many screenshots, but I did take a few, and I didn't put it into like an actual thing. But one of what I liked, kind of out of everything was, and this isn't even like, this is just the more of like how brutal the scene is. Let's see if you guys can see that. Yeah, see, it's in my fucking photo, so you can't see it well, but this is what I wanted to know more about. Like, this guy shows up in the 3rd chapter. We don't really know who he is. And he just says to this criminal that he's chasing down, he's clearly like a policeman or whatever, or something, works to help the good guys, whatever you want to call it. And he walks up to him and he says, "How many?" And then he says, "Say it." And he says 3. And then he just shoots the dude 3 times and he goes 1, 2, 3. And I was like, this is going to be fucking great. And then nothing happens, and then it just all goes away. And you don't hear anything about that kind of stuff. And I was just so disappointed by that. But that one panel was like, I took a screenshot of that because I was like, this is where this book is about to fucking get like rowdy, like shit's about to go down. And
the action parts were like the best.
Roller skating. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Like, even in the roller skating part where the big chick like grabs the girl's face and smashes it into the ground.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Yeah. So
so go ahead, Mike. Rate volume 1. Let's do it.
I almost want to rate the first 2 issues and the second two, or the last 3 issues. So I'll say, like, fuck, man, I love the first 2 issues. The story about like where it was going. I don't know if this was something I picked up like this in a trade and had no idea that there was more, or didn't see a second trade. I'd say I first of all, I probably wouldn't pick up the second trade after I read this. I'm going to say an art 3 and a story 3. And that's it's hard for me to say those 2 numbers because I just really like the story of the first 2 issues, and I really like the art of the last, 2.5, 3 issues. So yeah, 6 out of 10 based on, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, Tom.
Kind of similar, and I wanted to see they get hired to do this job by somebody he used to work with, or someone, he was a Marine with, I believe it was what it was. And he gets betrayed, and there was like a whole building thing there, and his best friend gets injured, and it's a big ordeal, and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, he's just in a totally different place, and there's all this just, roller derby stuff that makes no sense. And I get to an extent where he was like, I need money because I need money to fix my friend in the hospital because he doesn't have an insurance. So I'm just going to bet on this person that it kind of seemed like he knew by the way he acted, but then didn't. Yeah. He just knew of the sport itself because his dad used to watch it, but some of the flashbacks that got melded in there. So I volume 1 is hard because it doesn't want me, like, there's a lot of things that are unanswered that I could look into, but I'm not going to put the effort to do it.
I just need one more issue to like set off their adventure together, and I would have been fucking bought in. Like,
if you show them all on a ship together, and the main character is just standing by the window holding a pair of glasses from the girl that he met one issue before that died. And he's all emotional about all of a sudden, right? And it just says "end" at the bottom. I was like, what fucking happened? What does any of that mean? What are they doing? Why are they hanging out together? You know, like okay. I'm getting myself worked up.
Shit! Now I think I was gracious with my.
Well, because they all meet, like they all like besides like his buddy and the little kid, like they meet like a second before in the bathroom, and then the guy breaks through the wall and saves the chick because apparently they know each other, and then like we're all on a ship now. Like okay,
we're on a motherfucking ship.
Yeah. So you said 3 and 3.
I said 3 and 3. I said 3 and 3, and I was being gracious. I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it volume 1. I'll give 2.5 and 2.5. So a solid 5 overall.
I'm gonna go the same. I think I'm gonna go the same as Tom. 5 out of 10. I didn't like dislike the art in the first part, but it definitely does get better. And I do like that kind of like cartoony,
I agree,
like grimy kind of art. But I mean, if I read the next issue and it's not them going to look for the guy who betrayed them, I will never read anymore because that's where it should go. I mean, it's
right.
That was the whole story from the beginning, and then they just kind of. I mean, I understand the guy getting fixed, but then you introduce this new guy and chick, and then.
But didn't the guy who betrayed them at the very beginning? Didn't he get killed by all the people, all the gremlin people?
I don't think so. It doesn't really show them. It just shows them fighting.
Yeah.
Like you see, I guess they're like alligator people with the space goblin.
Yeah, they're like
lizards
or something.
You know who they remind me of? They remind me of the lizards from Breath of the Wild. If you've ever played that game, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah,
like the little sticks and shit.
Yeah, they have the sticks and they stand up and they're like, that's what they look like to me.
We talking about how big the space goblin got.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
like fucking huge.
Dude, the space goblin again. That's why it's our background. That was the best fucking panel.
I think there's even like one panel where the guy's like, "Is that a space goblin?"
Yeah, he does say that. The fucking when he's getting split in half right there with the, which I assume the rock hits him.
I don't know. And that little dude came
is
out of
it
nowhere
pressure?
too.
Yeah, is it just pressure? Like the rock never hits him.
Well, no, I think he says later on that like she ripped him in half with her mind.
Yeah.
So whenever they're sitting outside, like that little spot the lady has or whatever, and she's like, "This is my one place that I found," whatever, and then he's talking about like, "I don't even know this chick. She doesn't even speak English, but she has superpowers, and she ripped a goblin in half with her mind."
I like the goblin. He kind of from this view.
He's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's huge, and like you can see my mouse on here, right? Like his mouth and ears. Again, this is an anime reference, but he reminds me of like a Titan from Attack on Titans. Just the smile, like up, and the ears pointy, and like just ravaging people as well. So
he looks like one of the Goombas from the Super Mario.
Oh my god, that's exactly what he looks like. Holy shit! Oh my god.
That's way cooler. That's a very underrated movie, by the way.
It's true. John Leguizamo's a boss. I don't give a shit.
That's a horrible movie, but it is.
That's a great movie.
Well, yeah. When was the last time we watched that movie, Alan?
10 years, maybe.
I was really hoping you to go 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I watched it right before I got on.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it right after this now.
I mean, you can't go wrong with John Leguizamo as Luigi.
Yeah.
Right?
That's funny. That's hilarious. I do want to watch that movie now.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. So 2 5s and a 6. Like, yeah, I'm interested if I did enjoy how like I love sci-fi and I love fucking like a lot of this seemed really promising. And I don't know. Maybe we'll sit on it for a little while and read those last 3 or 4 chapters, whatever it is, and it might all come together, and it might be a great book. So,
well, right now I'm fixing to download. I saw this the other day. I'm fixing to download Mario Brothers, but I read an article about how Black Widow is the most pirated movie during the pandemic.
Interesting.
And how apparently it's doing really bad, even though we thought it was a great movie.
My roommate hated it. He watched it last night, and I think I messaged you guys because he's like, that movie was bad. I'm like, what do you mean it was bad? And he goes, I hated the entire cast. And I was like, realistically, the supporting cast is the best part of that movie.
agreed.
And he looked at me and he's like, why would they hire the most British guy to be a Russian villain? And I was like, none of them are Russian. And he was like,
yeah.
they're trying to be. And I said, yeah, because they're fucking actors, Nate. Like, what do you mean? It was the most aggravating. I went to bed and stopped talking to him.
Well, I mean, think about how many like British actors just play average, like regular American roles. All of them.
I mean, shit, look at the fucking cast of The Walking Dead. Almost every single person on the cast of The Walking Dead are fucking British.
I mean, most good actors right now of the past 10 years are either Australian or British. Like, that's just the truth.
That movie came out in 1993.
Mario Brothers. Okay.
Yeah.
You're on Alan's out on another level right now. Just he's ready for Mario Brothers.
Fuck yes.
That's hilarious. So I haven't read an actual comic book in a couple weeks, and I haven't read anything about comic book news. I don't really know much. There's no real shows. There's no new movies to talk about. So,
well, the funny thing is I pirated Black Widow. So
you're part of the problem.
I'm part of the problem. I am gonna go So I'm supposed to have Saturday off, but I might have to tattoo. But if I don't, I'm gonna go see the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Old, yeah.
That's
based off of it's based off a graphic novel. Yeah. It's not called Old though. It's called something else. Oh, there you go.
Sandcastle.
They have it on Comixology, but I think it was just I think there might be 2 parts, but I think there might just be 1 part. But I know, I didn't even know it was until I read an article about how people were talking about how great of a movie it was. Like all these critics, I guess the early release of it, people were like, "Oh, this is a great movie. It's probably the best M. Night Shyamalan movie since Unbreakable." And then they were saying, "Oh, it's based on a graphic novel called Sandcastle." So I looked up on Comixology if they had it and read the info, and it pretty much describes the movie. So
yeah,
I'm sure he changed some things, but
so speaking of that, should we roll for next week's book? But instead, do you think we should read Sandcastle and watch the movie as well, and then talk about both next week? Is that a possibility?
Is the movie for rent or is it only in theaters?
I think it's only in theaters.
I don't know that I'll be able to make it to the theaters before next Wednesday. To be honest, I don't know that I'll be able to make it to the theaters before September. Thanksgiving. Yeah,
you live in the fucking boonies and aren't close to anything. Huh?
It's not really about that. If I had the time, it's not the word. I could go to. There's a town, that we go to. It's 45 minutes and it's got everything. I go to my comic book shop. I go see a movie. We go to Target, but I just don't physically have the time. Probably in the next. Work is just stupid right now. So
Alan,
we're back to normal. We have restaurants open. We've got weddings going on. Fucking life is grand for everybody else.
You're right. So the real question is if Alan can download that movie for you ahead of time, and you can watch it that way.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't do that kind of shit. I'm not a scumbag, but yeah.
So here, let's do this. This next week, we're going to pick a book from the list that we have that
Wait,
Mr.
when does the movie come out?
is
I'm
going to
sorry.
pick right now.
This weekend it comes out.
Yeah, it's already out.
Friday. It's
Thursday.
Wednesday. Okay.
I don't know. Friday.
Well, it's usually either Wednesday or Friday, right?
Yeah. So we're going to pick a book tonight that we're going to read this next week. And then the week after that, we're going to try and go over Sandcastle and possibly the movie.
What kind of laptop do you have? Like a laptop, Mike?
Yeah, I got a MacBook Pro.
Yeah, you can be touring movies all fucking day, bro.
Yeah, man. I could probably.
All
I
you
don't.
need do you have a
show them the ropes.
I don't get to like go home and take naps and torrent movies, bro. Like that's not my life.
I mean, I literally just torrented fucking Mario Brothers right now during this podcast.
Really? It's that quick?
Yeah, I mean, do you have a VPN on your laptop?
No, I do not.
No.
What is this, Joe Rogan podcast? You trying to sell me some fucking VPN?
Well, you can hide your IP address when you download movies. But also another thing that's good about VPN is if you're watching a movie on your laptop, say you're watching like Netflix or something.
Yep.
You can set your VPN to like the UK, and you can watch
I know that.
the UK fucking.
Bro, I don't even have time to watch the shit that I'm subscribed to. Like, I don't have time to watch. I got like HBO Go, Disney Plus, fucking Hulu, Netflix, all that shit. So,
I get that. That's,
yeah.
you have a job, you're married, and you have children. So I don't expect you to be able to do anything on time.
Hey, I'm on time every time for this show. Don't tell me.
I do appreciate the shit out of that. So,
what? I need a number. Each of you pick a number between 1 and 5.
okay, he's busy. So,
okay.
3 and 5.
So 8. Okay, count them with me, boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coda. 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 Do you know what that is? Is that your book?
Duh. That's not my book, I don't think.
It's not my book.
CODA comic. Looking it up. That is a Boom book.
Boom. That's definitely Alan.
What is the
it's a Simon Spurrier book.
Coda. Oh, all right. Yeah.
Oh,
This looks pretty good.
Coda is good.
I am a fan of his writing. He does some crazy cool things. So
yeah,
it's like Adventure Time. So I mean, all the books that I picked are like Adventure Time.
they really are.
I mean, his recent run on Hellblazer was fucking fantastic.
And I feel like it's because he's actually British, and so
yeah, of course,
he can write a British dude really well. And so it was definitely a bummer when that got like axed, because I felt like that was probably one of the best runs of Hellblazer we've had in a long time.
Can we talk about like how awesome Black Label is? Like Black Label's pretty fucking awesome. I know it's Vertigo, but like even Vertigo recently, up until it became Black Label, wasn't that good. Like, and I don't know why it was. Like, I don't know who the editor or the the editor in chief was. I don't know who was like dealing with all the talent and creative stuff, but I don't know if that was Jeff Johns for Vertigo prior. But whoever's doing it now for Black Label is doing a phenomenal job. Every book has been pretty fucking awesome. Like, I've really enjoyed it.
I liked a lot of the Hill House books that were listed as Black Label. Joe Hill did a lot of books, and he wasn't writing all of them. Yeah, he wasn't writing all of them, but he was, he had his hand in each one. But like
he had his imprint inside the imprint of DC.
DC, yeah. Which I'm wondering if that's going to come back, because all those stories ended and they haven't announced anything or anything like that. It would be perfect timing to start announcing new ones for October because we're getting solicitations for October like right now.
Yeah, and that's Halloween.
Yes,
Spooky time.
spooky time.
Spooky time.
It's Halloween.
God.
Are you guys doing any? Do you guys do anything for Halloween? I know you have kids, Mike, so it's kind of different. Well, both of you have kids. What am I talking about? So, are you, when it comes to actual Halloween night, are you stuck to walking around and passing out candy? Or do you guys do anything else during the season at all?
I don't do shit. I
So
sleep, take naps.
Right.
A regular.
You're such a fucking dick.
Mike is working. I'm taking naps.
Oh,
He's
shut up. That's
He's
not what I
doing
meant.
shit with his family. I'm taking naps.
No.
Life of a tattoo artist.
I know you're with your kids. I'm not downplaying that shit.
No, we don't really. I don't think we. Now that my youngest is, because my oldest daughter lives in Seattle, so she doesn't really come down during Halloween. But my 3-year-old, I think last year we took her trick or treating. But she's 3, or she was 2, so she can only walk so far, and
Yeah, right.
it was like dark as shit.
We can't like. There's usually snow already on the ground, and it's already cold, and we can't like my neighbor's house is a couple 100 yards that way. So, and then the next house after that is a couple 100 yards after that. So, what we do is it's something called trunk or treat, where we go to these massive parking lots, and everybody like sets up their pickup truck or their van or their car, and like out of the trunk there's like spooky decorations and music, and for the adults alcohol, and for the children candy, and everybody just walks around from trunk to trunk, and it's pretty cool. It's fun. That's what we do.
Yo, that sounds boring as shit.
Yeah. Well, we do it for the kids, and
you can't leave candy out in the porch in Mike's neighborhood because it will attract a bear.
Literally, I should bring some pictures of my trail cam near my compost, because it's just like a bear comes up, and then a fucking fox comes up, and then a little coyote comes up, and repeat. It just happens all night long.
The random naked man in the woods comes up.
Yeah. Only when you and Tom are up and around here. So Coda. So if we
it only works out reading Sandcastle next week if Mike can go to the movie theater.
I'm not going to the movie theater. That's not happening.
If I can, but see, I'm gonna go. Like, the only way I can watch it is if I go to the movie theater. Because
to be honest with you, I may be able to go to the movie theater on Monday, because I kind of have to go pick up my pull list, because it's been a month, if not more, at maybe 5 weeks that I've pulled up my pull.
Mine's almost 2 months now.
Yeah. Mine's probably closer to. Yeah. Oh shit. So maybe I come back on Sunday. Monday the kids are in daycare, Anna's working, and I don't have to go back yet because I took an extra day off. I could theoretically, let's see. I'm going to try and make this happen. If I make this happen, then we're going to be talking about Old, the movie, and the graphic novel Sandcastles. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay.
So next week is a shot in the dark. So
shot in the dark. Yeah.
You might read Coda. We all wait till the very last day to read whatever we read anyway. So
yeah, and we can not even tell people because there's only 3 people watching, and they didn't read the book anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, good point.
which means I bet you when I pull a new name out of this box.
You're watching. Wait, did we check the Instagram?
I have not gotten a message.
Yeah, it would have popped up. Where I would have saw it.
Nothing.
So
doubtful.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of Tom's Psycho Man giveaway.
Psycho Gorman.
Psycho Gorman giveaway. and he's drinking out of the glass again, ladies and gentlemen. That is dedication and thoughtfulness, quite frankly.
You know, it's the only I keep the 2 cups that came with this. I keep them in the bar, so every Wednesday I just pull one of those. I don't go grab a regular cup. So that's what happens.
Yeah, the Masters of Evil are not deserving of real cups. We just get
You get bar cups.
We get bar cups.
I'm gonna rip this trying to open this fucking thing. All right, so again, there's 3 people.
So,
right? Is that what you said?
What's that? 3 people. So there's 3 people live. We're picking a call. So right now the books that we're giving away are my reprints of here, I'll do this too. While so they're my reprints, some pre-code stuff. Tales from the Crypt. This one of my favorite covers. Tales from the Crypt. Ascend Stories. And one of my favorite I know Matt's favorite, Haunt of Fear.
Yeah.
And this is that's Graham Ingalls, right?
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah. So reprints again, obviously, as I said, but so Johnny Craig, grand name, 2 Johnny Craig and a Feinstein. Yeah, so good stuff. Tommy, it's up to you, man.
So again, the rules of this, as the original second place winner did not follow, is that you have to watch this fucking show. And once you watch this show, you will realize that you have to send us via Instagram your lovely address and let us know that you won. The first place winner and the third place winner of last week's episode, let us know right away, instantly. And one of them is here today and is doing a good job being a fan. I like it. So I'm going to pull a name. It doesn't matter if you're technically here right now, because obviously you get a week to let us know that you watched the episode and you're happy you won. Doing a thing, moving it around.
No, Robert, they are not.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter to you because you won't read them, so it doesn't matter.
Well, the best part is he didn't participate, so it doesn't matter.
He'll just post it and hashtag it banger.
Yeah.
Fan of comics, you should absolutely watch the last episode. But you didn't win, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it wasn't you the one who was making fun of you while you're here, so that's okay.
Unless
but you're here pretty much every week anyway, so we respect that, and I get you.
Maybe your name's in here. I don't know.
Yeah, you might win right now.
It looks like one piece of paper. Before I open this, as you can see, I have not. There's a few people that have their name in here more than once. If they've already won, are we going to give it to them as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes?
If they did the work to get in there twice, they get both fucking prizes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So, oh, look at that. Someone that I've never seen watch this show. Evan Comics.
Oh, he's been on. No, he's watched before. Yeah, he definitely has. Evan Comics.
He's a good dude.
He is a good dude.
He pays attention. Considering that we didn't talk about redoing this drawing or anything like that.
Nobody tell Evan Comics, and if he does not message us in a week, we will pick another name.
I'm just here to support you, fuck.
Well, we appreciate it, Robert.
Hey, you know what, Fan of Comics? You can buy this shirt from...
I'll sell it to you right now.
No.
Hold on.
I like this shirt a lot. He actually owns one of those ones, Mike, which is cool. But no, this shirt came from Grindhouse Releasing. Sorry, I couldn't say that really well. It was a tour that Evil Dead did at drive-ins, and I purchased it through their website. Even though I was at one of the drive-in screenings, I didn't buy it then because I didn't have any money. But I bought it from their website. It's like $20. Just go buy it.
That's awesome. Evan is a great dude, and he's definitely been here more than once. I don't know if he's gonna watch this. And although I talked to him on the regular, I'm not going to tell him that he won.
Exactly.
But I might drop the hint, hey, you should go watch our latest episode because I like Evan a lot. He's a good dude.
He is a good dude. He was in California for quite a while, actually,
Yeah.
for like a month or two or something. And
Yeah.
I told him we got to meet up and hang out. And then I lost track of time for a month or two. And I think he left already.
And he's pretty busy too. Like he's doing all his stuff. I mean, he's one of those young bucks. He just graduated from like
Let's say a lot of school, right?
a lot of school. Did a lot of school. And he's in the army as well, so
Yeah.
he's
That'll
pretty
take your
busy,
time.
dude. Yeah. Not as much time as having two young fucks and going camping all the time, right? You know,
Sure. Whoever that is.
whoever that is. So, anything else, gentlemen? Anything else we didn't talk about or wanted to cover? I just feel honestly there was not much stuff that happened this week. We had a couple of really awesome weeks with Loki going on and then Black Widow coming out and I mean all the shit there's a little bit of break. What do we have coming up next? So What If is coming out. You guys gonna watch that? Are you guys stoked? Care? Fuck it? Maybe?
I'm going to watch it for sure, and I'm wondering if they're using the end of Loki and the timeline splitting as why What If exists, which it can exist no matter what, but this is a way to technically, I guess, you could make it canon because it's all these other timelines now doing weird things.
Right. Because it's not supposed to be canon in the comic books.
Exactly.
What If is just What If. It's Elseworld. It doesn't exist in the canon.
It makes me wonder if they're going to try and tie it in, or they're just going to keep that idea of it just being completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I hope this is an anthology. I hope it's it stays true to its roots. And what do you laugh at?
Fan of Comics is quoting things, and it's funny to me. He's headed down to LA tomorrow for the weekend, which I'll be in LA on Saturday. So if you want to meet up, don't call me. But what if Tom made it to the bathroom at Disneyland? Yeah, I wrote a song about how I shit myself on the way at Disneyland. So that's a great song. I made a whole T-shirt about it, even. So
wow. It sounds like he likes you better than we do, because
apparently
there's I'm assuming that y'all have HBO Max or HBO Go or whatever. So there's this new movie on HBO called The Empty Man.
Oh, that's a Cullen Bunn book.
Yeah, so we should watch it. An ex-cop suspects a series of mysterious disappearances in a small Midwestern town, maybe linked to a supernatural entity. So we should. I mean, can you watch TV? Are you allowed to do that, Mike?
Yes, I can. Although I did just get Skyward Sword, and I haven't started playing that yet, so that might consume all of my waking hours that are not spent working.
And you have 2 hours and 16 minutes to watch a movie, and for us to talk about it, just in case you don't make it to the movie theater.
You got to read Volume 1, though.
No, I wanna hold. So yes, we can do that. But I want to go for old because I'm an M. Night Shyamalan fan. I think that most of his movies, outside of the ones that suck that we all know we don't have to talk about, are really fucking good. So I want to see that movie, and I have to go get my comics. I think I can make this happen. So let's focus on that, and if not, we'll read Coda, and then The Empty Man can be 3 weeks from now or whatever. Let's hold on tight. I like the idea too of like focusing on shit that's coming out, and then also if it's not happening, if there's nothing new happening, now we're just talking about like we're just doing like conversation that is like off the air conversation on the air. But like I like the idea of doing whatever is relevant with a comic. But if that doesn't happen, we randomly pick a book and continue to go. I like that idea as well. So let's go with this. Let's try and get old done. I think I can make it happen.
Well, then
And
why
then,
not? Why don't we push Code off for 3 weeks from now?
Yeah, we could do 2 in a row. That's fine. I'm down with that. Yeah.
We can watch.
Yeah.
We can watch Old and read Sandcastle, and then do the Empty Man.
Empty Man.
next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you read Coda?
I read a couple issues.
Yeah.
I haven't read it all the way through. I think there's like a ton of fucking issues. I think there's like, I don't know, like 40 or something issues or some shit like that.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
I may just be making that up. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. So
I have like the first. Okay, I'm lying. There's only 15 issues.
That's not bad. We could probably run through that whole thing, really.
Yeah,
we do that.
it's
Yeah.
on Comicsology. Like volume 1, 2, and 3 are on Comicsology.
I read Empty Man when it first came out because it was only 5 issues, if I'm not mistaken. It was just a volume 1, and that was it. And it was Colin Bunn and Vanessa Del Rey, I believe.
And it's also on Comicsology for free.
Yeah, it was. I liked the story. I thought it was cool, and I heard it was becoming a movie, but it was very like in one ear, out the other, and I totally forgot about it. So I'm definitely down to check that out one of these weeks.
Yeah. All right. Well, Robert likes that idea as well. So good. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you having my back. And Fan of Comics goes, I hope Torpedo Con has dollar bins.
They will not, bud. Torpedo.
Like Torpedo, like comics?
Yeah, the store Torpedo is doing a con in LA this weekend. And I thought about going, but decided not to because I have better things to do. But yeah, no, they're one of the. I'm not gonna. Well, they're fucking overpriced, bud. See,
Yeah.
he knows. He knows. Yeah. They do not. They do not have cheap shit. They have good shit. They do. They have a ton of really cool things, but
yeah, they're
going to pay for the fact that they have them.
Yeah, they're definitely big dogs, but they're not. They're not throwing down like. Yeah, if you want to buy big books, you want to buy slabs, you want to buy something that's, and well, pricing aside, whatever, they have it. They definitely have it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if you have it and nobody else does, you write your own prices. That's just the way the fucking game goes, man, and that's okay.
100%.
But I'd give a small shout out. I don't know. I'm sure I know you're in the West Coast as well, Fan of Comics and whatever. But one of my favorite, if you're looking for big books, if you're looking for slabs, stuff that's interesting, cool, different, and priced reasonably, the Short Box, BJ and Gene are fucking awesome. They stay mostly East Coast. They do go out west every once in a while, but as we get back into con season, if you're ever looking for stuff like that, the Short Box, they're fucking great people, and they have some of the best pre-code horror, pre-code sci-fi. They got a ton of other shit too, but their collection is.
They're the only company I've bought pre-code sci-fi from in my life.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
so.
It's phenomenal. Yeah, and it's reasonable. It's not stupid. You know, they keep their collection curated for a reason. They don't have a ton of overhead with all random fucking other stuff. So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, Robert said he just bought a slab from Short Box. So
yeah, they're great. Yeah, and he also said sick ad guys. I wish we were getting something from this, but we're not. So that's just. Or are we? So next time you want to go read, just remember, go to instocktrades.com and
yeah, I wonder if we can get Comicsology to fucking sponsor us.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Because I think they may have an Instagram page.
Do you feel like it's there's you know, whenever I feel like sometimes when I bring up that I read stuff on Comicsology, like people are like, oh, you know, there's still that stigma around it. Like that's just like, it's so easy. Like, get over it, right? Like, if you just want to
moves panel to panel, like,
I can't do the panel to panel thing.
I can do it, bro.
Yeah, is that how you read it? Really, for real? Yeah.
I turn my phone sideways and read it panel to panel. I mean,
I guess if you're reading on your phone, I read on my iPad, so I have it's the same size as a comic book. It's like almost
like you, all right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't have that iPad money, all right?
You're a tattoo artist. You got mad money. You get cash all the time. Cash money, kid.
But I just spend it on comics and VHSs.
Yeah.
I legit almost bought an iPad, but I went to the Apple store and they just like were so busy and no one talked to me. They literally just said, "Hey, what can I help you with?" And I said, "I'm looking to buy an iPad." And they said, "Oh, they're over there." And then I stood there for 20 minutes and no one said anything to me, and I just walked out. So.
Well,
So,
like,
oh,
yeah, go ahead. No, you go.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go. You go.
All right. Go.
You go.
Tom,
go ahead. Alan, go ahead, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I figured if I stayed still enough, it would look like I froze or something. So fan of comics, if you're going to that Torpedo Con, just sneak me in for like 15 minutes because that's all I need, and I don't really want to pay the ticket to go. I'll be in LA on Saturday, so if I have time, I'll wander over there and just show me what the doors look like, because I've snuck into WonderCon, San Diego Comic-Con, C2E2, pretty much any big show you can think of. I have weaseled my way into it without paying. So scope it out on Saturday.
I snuck into Ice Age 2 3D, or maybe it was the third one 3D, and I was high as shit. And I had to take my glasses off to watch the 3D movie, and I was not happy about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Could you can't watch 3D movies with glasses, right? How do you do that?
I mean, you can put them over your glasses, but it's super annoying.
Yeah.
And so people take their glasses off, and I can't see far away, so it's not that great.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of garbage.
But I'm gonna go to there's a little local show this weekend from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I can't go Friday because I'm tattooing, but I have Saturday off, so I may go Saturday. And I'll try to get actual video, like the video from the one this past weekend. It's just so bad. Like it's just like a minute of me just like walking, and like I'm not even like looking at the booths. I'm just like walking.
I know we were going to make a post about it, but I think we fucked up and took too long. But Tony's new book, Dust Pirates, not Space Pirates. Dust Pirates did get funded through Kickstarter, so that's cool. If you didn't contribute to that, you can fuck yourself, and you're going to miss out on it, so that's a bummer. But I brought this in here because I just got this in the mail yesterday. It was more Kickstarter comics, and I've been enjoying the fuck out of just buying random comics through Kickstarter. I have no idea what this is about whatsoever. It just seems like a fun, like neon, like luchador-ish kind of fighting comic book. I got it in the mail yesterday, as I said, and it's just like full of these weird ass characters, and they're all fighting each other for who knows what fucking reason. So I'm excited to dive into those. Yeah. Thanks for for coming to my TED Talk about Kickstarter.
Fantastic.
Funnier things in Kickstarter. No, it is not in Spanish, is what Robert asked. There was a book on Kickstarter about luchadors that it was written in Spanish originally, and they were putting out the trade in English, and I was gonna buy it, and then I think I bought too many bottles of rum that month, and so I didn't have enough money for the Kickstarter, so I didn't do it. But it did get put into a lot of stores. Image, I think, picked it up and put it in a lot of stores. So go to your local comic shop and look for a luchador mask on a trade and buy that and tell me how it is.
You know, it's often difficult to decide whether we're going to buy alcohol or comics this month. I definitely I hear you on that one.
Hand in hand.
Hand and handle. Puns.
It's easy for me because I'm not a fucking degenerate like you guys.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
That's going to be my next EP, but it's going to be a handle, and the hand is going to be on my dick. So it's
hand and handle. I want creators' rights to that. I appreciate everybody who came. We're getting there. It's been about an hour. We have nothing else to talk about. Alan is gone. He's just gonna go fucking masturbate and asphyxiate himself. Tom, you want to take us out here, bud?
Yeah, sure. I'm just reading some of the comments that are still popping up. One of them, Robert,
afraid of the dark.
We will let Alan talk if you want him to.
Yeah, say something, Alan.
Alan, talk.
Hi.
Good job. Cheers. Tim Vigil, huh? Faust is pretty crazy and brutal, but all Tim Vigil does is draw porn comics now.
Yeah.
And he's talented. Like, he's done some like Bernie Wrightson like tributes and things, and he's good. But it's just straight devil raping women all the time.
Yeah, he draws what he likes, I guess. I mean, he's a fantastic artist, but
there's a market, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't. It's just not for me. But it's not like. Yeah,
it's
very specific. It's very specific.
Yeah, he's good at it. I just don't buy it. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, I'm not sure what the fuck you're doing here, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button. The book for next week is kind of up in the air. So we will post about it throughout the week because we don't know what we're doing. We could be watching a movie.
Or we might not, and tune in to find out.
Yeah, we could do who knows fuck and what. We could be, hand and handle. I don't know.
Who knows the fuck and what?
Mike could die on this camping trip, and this podcast will be over. So
I might get mauled by a bear, and you'll never see me again.
We'll have to find somebody else to replace Mike.
And that just can't happen because no one can grow a mustache that good and then shave it off and look that bad directly after. Thank you guys for watching. We are the Masters of Evil. We'll see you. Don't rip the shirt. That's a beautiful shirt. We love you. We hate you. We'll see you next week, and maybe we'll post other videos in the meantime, but I doubt it. So
I'm horrible at it.
We're probably not going to do much because we don't really like it.